Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Liaquat Zaman and this is my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge. We are going through Mukhtasar al-Qudoori, which is all about understanding Islamic law. We've reached up to the chapter of endowment. We've done lots and lots of videos. So if you guys want to catch up, then make sure you start watching the videos from the start. So let's do. So normally what we do is we break down the words, then we do a bit of tarkeeb, Arabic grammar, and then we explain the masala. If you like this order, please let me know. If you don't like this order, please let me know. So إذا جعل الواقف, waqif is the person who is doing the waqf. Yeah. So the person who is the what we call the guy who's doing the endowment, the endower. إذا جاء الواقف, so when the waqif has been ghalla means the yield or produce, right? So the income, yield, produce. Wilaya, it means administration or charge, taking charge of the administration. Masjid is mosque, bana is to build, bana yabni, milk is ownership. Yufrizahu, afraza yufrizu ifraz, right? So afraza yufrizu ifraz, it means to separate something, right? So to make something distinct from something else. Tariq is a pathway, and then ya'zan is to permit, and then you have what else? Yazul, it means to cease, end. Siqaya, it means a water facility or a fountain. Khan is like an inn where people stay. Yaskun, to live. Sabil is a path, or Banu Sabil are travelers basically. Ribatan, this is a place of staying as well. It's also like a hotel or like a place where Muslims protection. Yeah, so what's the word for it? So it's like a garrison. Yeah, a ribat. Maqbara is a graveyard. Right, so what else do we have? A lot of these words are words you're familiar with. You've got Hakim, you know what that means, leader. Qawl, statement. Istaqa, it means to drink, to draw water to drink. Siqaya is the water fountain. Sakanu al-Khan, Ribat, Dufinu, okay, Dafan, to bury. All right, so that is basically the language. Let's have a look now at tarkeeb. So tarkeeb, إذا جعل الواقف, all right, so the waqif in dawa, غلة الوقف. Right, so غلة الوقف مضاف مضاف إليه نفس أو جعل الولاية إليه جازة نبي يوسف. وقال محمد لا يجوز وإذا بنى مسجدا لم يزل ملكه عنه حتى يفرزه عن ملكه. So hatta is, well, let me know why hatta gives it a nasab. Let me know if you guys know the answer. بطريقه جار مجرور ويأذن للناس بالصلاة فيه فإذا صلى فيه واحد فاعل of صلى. زال ملكه, so milk is the فاعل عند أبي حنيفة. وقال أبو يوسف يزول ملكه في الفاعل بقوله جعلته مسجدا مفعول به ثاني. ومن بنى سقاية مفعول به للمسلمين أو خانا عطف onto سقاية. يسكنه بنو السبيل مضاف مضاف إليه comes the فاعل. أو رباطا عطف جعل أرضه مقبرة لم يزل ملكه. Again في الفاعل عند أبي حنيفة حتى يحكم به حاكم في الفاعل. وقال أبو يوسف يزول ملكه بالقول. وقال محمد إذا استقى الناس من سقاية جار مجرور وسكنوا الخانة والرباط ودفنوا في المقبرة زال الملك. So دفنوا, you can say دفنوا في المقبرة, that's also possible because then the translation is going to be they are buried or they were buried. دفنوا means they buried. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, now إذا جاء, so what is this all about? So let's say for example there's a guy, This guy has a plot of land, and this plot of land, has given it for waqf, and they have been growing things on there, or they've been using it, and so this land is waqf. He's been given as waqf. He decided that the land is for them, but the yield income is going to come to him. He's going to take the income. Right, so the waqf land has been given to others to use, but anything that's grown on there, then income is coming to him. Is that correct? That's the first question. Or secondly, he has made so the income. This is the first, number one, and number two, or he has made administration to himself. So he is the admin of this. Is that correct or not? So Imam Abu Yusuf rahimahullah, so AY Abu Yusuf, he says yes, correct. And in both cases, correct. Imam Muhammad says no, in both cases, not correct. He is not allowed to do that. Once he has given the land, he cannot intervene now. He has to hand it over to someone else. So, إذا جعل, so when the waqif, the endower, has made غلة الوقف, the غلة, the income of the waqf لنفسه, for himself, أو جعل, or he made the wilaya, the administration to himself, جاز, it's permissible according to Abu Yusuf rahimullah, وقال محمد لا يجوز, it's not permissible. Right, so that's basically the main ikhtilaf on this issue, is the income and administration. Can he do that or not? Okay, next mas'ala now. Now, what if he was to actually build a mosque? So let's say, for example, this is a mosque. So to make a nice, pretty mosque. So this is a mosque, the Jami' Masjid. So this guy over here has made this masjid, this land, as a masjid for people. Right? So he's built it, he's given the land. The question is now, does that mosque now become automatically for the people, and what exactly happens in this situation? So Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Abu Yusuf, and Imam Muhammad, they all differ on this particular masala. Right, so let's split that from that. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, he basically says that actually, why am I doing Muhammad? So Imam Muhammad is actually with Abu Hanifa in this masla, according to the majority of them. So let's put Imam Muhammad here. So let's say M and AH. So M and AH. So basically, Imam Abu Yusuf rahimahullah, his position is that it becomes a mosque once you announce. Right, so let's just put announce there. So once you announce, then it becomes a masjid. And Imam Muhammad and Abu Hanifa say no, it's not about announcing. What it's about basically is you have to announce, right? So, and you have to separate it. So you have to separate the land from any other property by building a path to it. So if you built in your house a masjid, you have to basically give it access. And someone has to pray in there. So these are three things that have to happen. Yeah, pray. Whereas Abu Yusuf says just announcement is enough. Make sense? All right. So he says, وَإِذَا بَنَى مَسْجِدًا, when a person builds a mosque, لَمْ يَزَلْ مِلْكُهُ, his ownership will remain anhu, from it, حَتَّى يُفْرِزَهُ, until he separates it, and milki, from his own personal ownership, بِطَرِيقِهِ. So if that building is attached to his property, he has to separate, to give it a separate access. وَيَأْذَنْ لِلنَّاسِ, and he allows people, which is announcement, بِالصَّلَاةِ فِيهِ, to pray in there. So announce, separate. فَإِذَا صَلَّ فِيهِ وَاحِدٌ, so once one person prays in there, زَالَ مِلْكُهُ عَنْهُ عِنْدَ أبي حنيفة, his ownership will cease from it according to Abu Hanifa. Everyone understand that? وَقَالَ أبو يوسف, Abu Yusuf says, يَزُولُ مِلْكُهُ, his ownership will cease عنه, from it, بِقَوْلِهِ, when he says, جَعَلْتُهُ, I have made it into a mosque. خلاص. So this is the rule of the masjid. Masjid is very unique. Why? It doesn't follow the normal rules of waqf, because the masjid it's for Allah now. It's for, you've made it for the sake of Allah, so you can't profit from it. You can't do any of that kind of business, right? So it doesn't really follow the same rules as the rest of the waqf. Okay, so let's have a look at this one then. Next. So, woman bana siqayatan. So in the olden days, they used to build, like, let's say, for example, there's a road and someone wants to build, let's say, a water fountain. So let's say this is a water fountain. This is my funny water fountain. Yes, it's supposed to be water, by the way, yeah. My artwork there. So this is water fountain. So someone has built a water fountain because they want reward, sadaqah jariyah. So they built this water fountain, said this water fountain is going to be there for whoever wants to drink from it, totally fine, free. Or, for example, let's say someone wants to build an inn, like a lodge, like a hotel, you can say, for travelers. Hotel for travelers, yeah. A khan, you call this a khan sa'ab. Yeah, a khan. So someone wants to build a khan. Or someone wants to build a ribat. So ribat is like a, let's say, for example, protection. Yeah, so it's like a lodge for soldiers, like a barracks or something. Wants to build one of those, and wants to build it on waqf. Yeah, or wants to build like a graveyard cemetery. And so this is my version of the graveyard. So these are four things. So at what point does this now shift over from this waqif? This is the waqif. When does it shift from him and go into the hands of the trustees? At what point? This is where there is ikhtilaf on this between Abu Hanifa, Abu Yusuf, and Muhammad. So again, all three of them, or in this case, all three of them, they differ on this masla. So Imam Hanifa rahimahullah, he says that the judge has to decide. Once the judge decides, then that's it. It shifts from his ownership. That's according to him. Abu Yusuf says it's from announcement. So it's announcement. And Imam Muhammad says that someone has to, like the masjid one, remember, announce it, separate it. So for A plus separating plus someone has to use it. Once someone uses it, that's it. All right, so that's basically what this masala is all about. Pretty easy, isn't it? Okay, man bana, whoever builds a siqaya, a water fountain, lil muslimin, for the Muslims, or khanan, or like a hotel for travelers, yaskunuhu, living in there, banu sabil, travelers, or ribatan, or he builds like a garrison or a barracks, or ja'ala ardahu, or he has made his land into a maqbara, lam yazal milkuhu, his ownership will not cease an dhalika, from that, in the Abi Hanifata, according to Abu Hanifa, hatta yahkum bihi hakim, until the judge decides. This is Abu Hanifa's. وقال Abu Yusuf, Abu Yusuf says, يزول ملكه, his ownership will cease بالقول, by simply saying it. وقال محمد إذا استقى الناس, when people start drinking from it, من السقاية وسكنوا, and they live or they stay in the khan, in the hotel, والرباط ودفنوا, and they start burying their dead in the maqbara, زال ملكه, زال الملك, the ownership will cease. And that's it, guys. That's basically what this masla is all about. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So let's have a look at what this is all about then. So first of all, the first question is a person who has stipulated a land as waqf, is he allowed to take the income? So Abu Yusuf rahimahullah, he says yes. And can he become the admin? He says yes. Muhammad says no. Okay, next question is, if a person is to build a masjid or appoint an area in his property as a masjid, when does it become a masjid? So Abu Hanifa and Muhammad say it becomes a masjid when you announce it, you separate it, and you pray in it. What does Abu Yusuf say? He says announcing is sufficient. Okay, next masala. If a person was to build something as a waqf, like a structure, for example, a water fountain, or a hotel, or a ribat, or a graveyard, what point does it cease from his ownership? So Abu Hanifa says when the judge decides, Abu Yusuf says announcement, and Muhammad says when someone starts using it. And that's it basically. You guys want questions? Let's look at some questions then. Okay, so first question. According to Abu Yusuf, under what condition is it permissible for the waqif to benefit from the income or manage the waqf? So, what does Imam Abu Yusuf says? Abu Yusuf says there is no specific condition, he can do it. Yeah? Okay. How does Muhammad differ in his opinion regarding a waqif assigning the waqf's income authority to himself? So, what do we say? He's not allowed to do it. Right? So, once he has made a waqf, he does not have the right to benefit. When does ownership of a mosque cease according to Abu Hanifa? So, it ceases when the building or the area has been separated from his own property, announced, and someone's prayed in it. Number 4, what is Abu Yusuf's opinion about when ownership ceases in the case of a mosque? He says announcement is sufficient. And according to Imam Abu Hanifa, does merely building a public facility like a fountain or ribat end ownership? No, someone has to. The judge has to decide. Okay, how does number 6, how does Muhammad define a point at which ownership ends in public buildings or land used for burial? So he says it has to be used. Khalas, guys. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah bless all of you guys. Put barak in your time and your health. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please leave feedback, comments, hit the like button, share. It means a lot to me. Tell me how these videos benefit you guys. Motivates me as well. And if you want to support my channel on a monthly basis, then it would mean a lot to me. I'd really appreciate it because it helps me to build these videos and make these lessons, inshallah. You can become a patron, a monthly support of the channel, or you can pay one-off on PayPal. Details in the description. I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.